Three things that concern me about the upcoming 4th generation Toyota Tacoma. Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. I'm out cruising around in the awesome Toyota Tacoma this morning. Can you hear that exhaust in the background? Love it. Love the way it sounds. Still very happy with it so far. But what I want to talk about today are three things that really do concern me about the upcoming new Toyota Tacoma. Before we get into it, if you're new and you haven't, or maybe you've been hanging around and you haven't, smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. So let's get into it. What are these three things? Well, probably the biggest one for me, because I really cannot stand this, and that is auto stop. You know, the new Toyota Tundra is equipped with that wonderful auto stop system. So I have no doubt that it's going to be in the new Toyota Tacoma. You know, if you're not familiar with it, what it is, it's a feature that when you pull up to a stop and depress the brake rather firmly, the truck will shut off under certain circumstances. Now, if the battery is low that controls the auto stop, it's not going to shut off. If you're running the air conditioning full blast, it's not going to shut off. And that's because your normal battery, the main battery, does not have enough juice to run that air conditioner full blast without the truck running. But otherwise, when you pull up and you push the brake down, and I'll get into that in just a second, it's gonna shut off. The purpose of it is not to save you fuel, it's for emissions. Now, what am I talking about in pushing the brake? Well, there's a sweet spot with the brake. If you depress the brake firmly, the system kicks in. It's active, it works. If you press the brake just a little bit, once you stop and don't hold it down all the way, and I'm not talking about really jamming on it, but firmly pressing on it, the system won't activate. Now, a lot of people say that they use that, it's no problem in the Tundra. I have auto stop in my Jeep Gladiator, and I gotta say, when I forget to turn it off, because you can turn it off, there is a button that you have to push every time you restart the truck that will deactivate the system. And I know some folks are gonna say, well, gee, how difficult is that? You just push a button. Yeah, if you remember to do it, it's just one more thing you have to think about when you should be thinking about driving down the road. But anyway, if you just depress the brake a little bit, enough to stop the vehicle, but not all the way down, if you will, it doesn't work. Hate that system. Really concerning for me, because I will be getting the next generation Tacoma. Next up is that front grille and chrome all together on the truck. You know, one of the biggest things that I don't like about the new Tundra, and I use the Tundra because you know Toyota is going to take a lot of the styling and functional cues from the Tundra and throw them into the Tacoma. It's just the way they do things. So we have this big mustache chrome grille on most or some of the models of the Toyota Tundra. Now, I say some, it's not on every one, because you can get color matched. But the problem is you have to go up in trim level to do that. So you have to spend more money if you don't want all that chrome. And honestly, I'm really not a big fan of the design of that front grille either way, chrome or not. You know, it looks almost toy-ish. That's right, toy-ish to me. It always reminds me of a Tonka truck. I don't know why, but it does. When I look at that truck, it just seems like it's a toy to me, that front end. Something's just not right, even beyond the mustache grille. Now, you know they're going to put it on the next generation Tacoma. I can't imagine they would have a completely different grille, because that's just not the way Toyota does things. So I fully expect to see that up there. Now, what about the aftermarket? It's possible, because I've done it before on other Tacomas that I've had, where you could get a different grille and put it on. But it remains to be seen if it's going to be as easy to do as the current generation Tundra and Tacoma are. I mean, replacing the grill is pretty simple. There's, what, 4 screws, 3 screws, 2 screws, whatever it is across the top, and then a few pins, and it pulls right off. Of course, you have to unplug the TSS sensor, another system I can't stand, but that's here to stay. And then you put the different grill on. You can replace the innards, put them on the new grill. It's very simple to do. Frankly, I'll be very surprised if it's that simple to do with the next generation Tacoma, but hopefully it is, so that we'll have some kind of a way to change out at least the chrome part on the grill without spending a bunch more money on a different trim level. Next up, and this really concerns me, is the turbo. And it's not because of the turbo system itself. It's not what you think. I'm starting to look a little differently at the turbo. I'm thinking it may give us more acceleration off the line, something that we don't have without an aftermarket device like the Sprint booster now. So what I'm talking about is the ability to do mods to it, like the cold air intake. You know, right now you can pull off the provided factory cold air intake, which, by the way, it is a cold air intake that comes with the truck. But you can rip that thing off gently and go ahead and put something else on. I don't think we're going to be able to do that with the turbo setup, because it's set up to pull air into the turbos as it is. I don't know that there's going to be any simple way to replace the intake or the system that they're going to be putting in the new Toyota Tacoma. Now, I like to do that. I like to dress up under the hood a little bit, but they're going to take away the ability to do that. There isn't going to be anything out there, at least not in the beginning, I don't think, that you can put on the truck to, again, kind of dress it up underneath. Does the cold air intake really do anything? In my experience, no, it doesn't. They always claim that you're going to get more horsepower, you're going to have more power. I've never found that to be true. The only benefit is looks, in my experience, and that's it. Now, little caveat there. That's not to say that a different cold air intake, or exhaust for that matter, isn't going to give you a little bit more horsepower. It's possible, but it's only measurable on a sensitive device like a dyno. And who drives around with a dyno attached to their truck? You can't feel it in the seat, is my point. So what's the use for it? Well, really not much, especially given the expense. So anyway, those are just 3 things that are really very concerning for me with the next generation or 4th generation Toyota Tacoma. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they make it easier than I think it's going to be, and I hope they do go with an all-new grill, but I can't imagine that's going to happen. When I say all-new grill, I mean something different than what's on the Tundra. We shall see. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what's concerning to you regarding the new Toyota Tacoma. I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, if you didn't in the beginning, make sure you smash that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive, FST, all about full-size trucks, for now. And RobMotive JT, all about Jeep Gladiators. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.